A warrant has been issued for the arrest of South Florida rapper Kodak Black, whose real name is Bill Capri, due to violations of his pre-trial release conditions. Authorities claim that Capri breached the terms set after his initial arrest in 2024 when he was pulled over by law enforcement for driving with an expired license and tags. During that encounter, officers discovered additional issues leading to his detention. Body camera footage from the arrest captured a tense exchange, with officers reassuring Capri that the situation was manageable, emphasizing that the violations, like an expired license, would likely result in a ticket rather than immediate arrest. However, the situation has since escalated, with Broward County officials announcing that Capri now faces a felony trial for trafficking and possession charges scheduled for late 2025. Unlike his previous legal troubles, where he was offered rehabilitation, the courts are now leaning toward a stricter approach, signaling that Capri may not receive further leniency. This is not the first time Capri has faced such charges. 2 years prior, in 2023, he was arrested on similar grounds, marking him as a repeat offender. During that earlier case, Capri admitted to using substances, specifically referencing being under the influence while parked outside his family's home. He maintained that his actions were not illegal and expressed frustration over the legal process, particularly the public scrutiny following the release of his mugshot and arrest details. Despite pleading not guilty to possession and firearm charges, federal authorities raided his Florida residence, seizing various items. Remarkably, his legal team secured a deal that allowed him to enter a rehabilitation program instead of serving jail time, a significant victory that spared him a lengthy sentence. In a recent court appearance, Capri turned himself in after the issuance of the latest arrest warrant, prompted by a positive result in a random drug test. Capri contested the results, with his defense suggesting a possible mix-up in the samples. The presiding judge, Barbara Duffy, offered Capri the chance to provide a hair sample to clarify the issue, but he declined, opting instead for a 30-day stint at Legacy Rehabilitation Facility as part of his pre-trial release agreement. This decision came after a technician testified to the potential error in the drug test, raising doubts about the validity of the results. However, Capri's repeated violations have diminished the court's willingness to offer further chances, particularly given his status as a repeat offender in 2025. Capri's legal troubles have had a profound impact on his music career. After his first arrest and subsequent rehabilitation, his professional life stalled for nearly 2 years. During this period, he refrained from releasing new music or engaging with fans on social media, effectively fading from the public eye. While in rehab, however, Capri transformed his life, dedicating himself to writing music, exercising, and focusing on personal growth. His efforts paid off when he emerged from the program and released the hit single Walk, which garnered 33 million views and propelled him back to the top of the charts. This resurgence marked a triumphant return, showcasing his ability to channel adversity into creative success. Despite this comeback, Capri's struggles with substance use persisted. Following his release, he appeared on a live stream hosted by another individual, Kayapat, where he exhibited concerning behavior, including excessive sweating, erratic movements, and incoherent speech. Fans were alarmed, questioning why Capri, after 2 years of sobriety and rehab, had relapsed so publicly. In response, he took to social media to address the backlash, attempting to downplay the incident by comparing his actions to those of others in the industry. He argued that his behavior was not as severe as portrayed and suggested that public criticism was exaggerated. However, his attempts to explain himself only fueled further concern, as subsequent live streams showed him behaving erratically, including an instance where he was seen jumping on kitchen counters and speaking incoherently. Capri's downward spiral continued, with one particularly distressing moment captured when he expressed a sense of hopelessness, stating he was waiting to pass away. This comment, which echoed a viral social media post, sparked widespread concern among fans and peers. The post criticized those close to Capri, including his partners and associates, for failing to support him during his struggles. It highlighted his role as a father to 5 children and the primary provider for his family, emphasizing the broader implications of his actions. Capri's emotional response to the criticism came during another live stream, where he tearfully admitted to never having experienced true love, lamenting his personal and romantic relationships. The public's reaction to Capri's behavior grew increasingly alarmed. A particularly low moment occurred when he was filmed eating chicken in the middle of a road, appearing disoriented and detached. This incident prompted several prominent figures in the music industry to intervene. Rapper Kanye West publicly called for support, urging others to help Capri and expressing concern that his actions would be used against him in his upcoming trial. West emphasized the need for Capri to receive help, either through rehabilitation or incarceration, to address his ongoing issues. Similarly, rapper Bunk reached out, sharing his own experiences with addiction and encouraging Capri to seek new influences and make better choices for the sake of his children and career. Capri's behavior continued to draw attention, including an incident at a local football game where a fan's comment about preferring him sober triggered an angry response. Capri went live on social media, flaunting cash and dismissing the criticism, further highlighting his instability. His appearance at a Baltimore Ravens game, where he struggled to articulate coherent thoughts while expressing support for the team, prompted additional concern from fans and commentators. Sports personalities Wallow and Gilly offered advice, reminding Capri of his responsibilities as a father and urging him to stay focused despite the pressures of fame. In a surprising turn, Capri was invited to the White House, becoming the first rapper to exhibit erratic behavior during such a high-profile visit. His comments about societal issues, delivered in a disjointed manner, went viral, drawing further scrutiny from his family, record label, and the public. In response, Capri issued a public apology, expressing regret for his actions and their impact on those around him, including his mother and partners. He vowed to use his platform for positive change, acknowledging the hurt he had caused. Capri also responded to Kanye West's outreach, praising him as a genuine supporter and proposing a collaboration. However, the mounting evidence of his erratic behavior, documented across social media and public appearances, is likely to be used against him in his upcoming trial. Prosecutors and court officials have indicated that Capri's repeated violations and public struggles demonstrate an inability to adhere to release conditions, potentially warranting a prison sentence over rehabilitation. The question remains, what should be done with Capri? As a judge, the decision would hinge on balancing his potential for reform against the need to protect public safety and ensure accountability. His history of rehabilitation suggests he is capable of change, as evidenced by his successful music comeback and personal growth during his first rehab stint. However, his repeated relapses and public displays of instability raise concerns about his ability to comply with legal obligations. A prison sentence could serve as a deterrent and provide structure, but it risks derailing his career and personal progress. Alternatively, a mandated, longer-term rehabilitation program with strict oversight could address the root causes of his behavior while allowing him to maintain his role as a provider for his family. Capri's case is a complex interplay of personal struggles, public scrutiny, and legal consequences. His influence as an artist and father underscores the stakes involved, as his actions affect not only himself but also his children, family, and fans. The court's decision will likely reflect the tension between offering another chance for redemption and enforcing accountability for a pattern of repeated offenses.